Mic
5,
check.
4. All right, everybody. Couch fam. We're live in the building right now. The game, I don't really want to talk about it much. It was horrible. Patriots got beaten all phases of the game except for special teams. And that's it, right? Is that it?
Yeah, that's definitely it.
Cam
They got out.
Akers is good.
Cam Akers is now good. Finally, people who drafted him in redraft have been waiting a long time for this.
Assuming they
But
didn't
he's
drop him by now.
yeah,
I probably
assuming they
told
didn't drop
someone
him
to
right
drop
now.
him, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how teams seem to be taking like a more slower approach to developing rookie running backs. Like I'd say the Lions kind of did that with DeAndre Swift this year as well. You would think that they would just give him all the touches out the gate, but for some reason they're bringing him on slow. Probably pass protection takes a while to learn. That's my guess.
Yeah, it's pass protection, and I mean a lot of these teams we're talking about are terrible organizations and are kind of a mess as well and don't know what they're doing, and I don't know, a lot of factors are in place, but Cam Akers went from the number 3 running back to the clear-cut workhorse running back for the Rams. What a great buy low in Dynasty for those that got him in Dynasty. I think you got him for a cheap price, week 5. What we want to do on this podcast and a little bit of group participation is welcome. You guys can bring up, you can look at it on, of course, on YouTube as we live stream this, and also available on fantasycouch.com, my week 14 rankings. A lot of people have told me my rankings suck this week, and so we're going to fix them one by one. No, not every rank. One by one is in position by position.
Okay.
I ain't got time for that. I'm not trying to do a 3-hour podcast.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Starting with quarterbacks. Are we on? You're on the quarterbacks, Mike?
Hold on. Okay, and let's go. I'm there.
When you drop Cam and pick him back up. People are tuned in right now. Oh, Jason.
Wow,
Jason did drop Akers. Not good.
Oh, no. In Dynasty?
Probably not.
No.
We're more of the redraft crowd is our crowd.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
I know the couch fan.
Or more of the redraft.
It's true, yeah. We have all the regions and whatnot, but a lot of the couch fam, because I did how to play fantasy football, obviously.
Right.
They asked me they still don't know the difference between dynasty and keeper. Raise your hand if you know the difference between a dynasty and keeper league. We'll see, and I'm gonna quiz you guys. Yeah, I need to know what the difference is.
Well, this is my first year playing it, actually, and luckily I made the playoffs. It was tough, though. You're in that league.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I mean, I'm in 7th place. It's great. It's always great to get the worst draft pick possible and miss playoffs by one spot. It's the best position to be in Dynasty if you guys are noobs, and also to be in a Superflex Dynasty league where all 5 of your quarterbacks get hurt. It's just absolute best. And then people make fun of you for picking up Alex Smith and using all your FAB on Alex Smith, and I can't be like, ha, I told you so. Like, he actually plays because I'm losing. But I mean, obviously I needed Alex Smith. What would I do without Alex Smith?
Yeah, it would be very dark.
I can't start Jimmy G. I can't start Minshew. I can't start Fitzpatrick. Even Tua missed the game. Like, who else did I have?
Who was your healthiest quarterback?
I had another quarterback. I don't even remember. I have 5. Dang, who's my other quarterback? Tua, Fitz, Jimmy G, Minshew, and
You're the worst stable of quarterbacks.
I don't know. It's got to be someone horrible since we forget.
I have no idea.
Dang, who was my 5th quarterback? God, I have it right here. I gotta. It's gotta be bad.
It's gotta be bad. It's gotta be
Might not be on
horrendous.
my team anymore. Nick
Yeah.
Foles. Yes, it is
Oh, that's
bad.
bad. That's
It's
bad.
worst case scenario. I was like, it's
That's
gotta be
horrible.
bad. Otherwise, I'd remember. Like, I'd so remember.
Yeah, yeah. That's
If it
really
was
bad.
Tannehill or something, I'd remember so
No
clearly.
wonder you missed playoffs.
Yeah, it's partially my fault. I drafted some bad quarterbacks as well. But I think it's a lot
Yeah,
of luck because I'm in 14 leagues. I can honestly sit back and
sure.
say which leagues did I get screwed on and what leagues did I mess up on. And this one I got screwed pretty bad. A lot
You're
of
worse at
injuries.
evaluating QB talent than what's his name?
John
John
Elway.
Elway.
No, I attack this
I'm kidding.
league
I don't know.
with quantity at quarterback.
Quantity over
So I'm
quality.
not gonna say which is I think that's a good strategy in Superflex because quarterbacks can go down. And look what happened. Like it still went down. Like it was
Well,
tough.
you were right about that. They can go
Yeah, like
down
all of them
for
got
sure.
hurt. Yeah, literally every one of my quarterbacks got hurt. And then
Yeah.
I dropped Fitzpatrick because we have a strict 5 QB limit rule. And so other than him, all of them, my healthiest quarterback is Alex Smith.
That's not good. That's generally not a good sign. But
Fishing says, not gonna lie, I haven't played either and don't really know the difference. Mike, pop quiz. What's the difference between Dynasty and Keeper? Let's see if Mike knows.
so Dynasty, you keep the same players every year. There's no like you don't drop anyone. But in Keeper, you keep you keep certain players, like 2 players, I think, and then the rest you redraft.
You're
Or
right.
you have the
You're right. You
option.
didn't
Okay,
explain it
cool.
perfectly, but you're right.
Right,
So in
right,
a
right.
keeper
Yeah.
league, you keep only a certain amount of players, a handful of players. One,
Hmm.
5, sometimes 7, but let's just say like 3 is the average. In Dynasty,
Okay.
you could keep up to your whole roster, and you only draft rookies the next year because there's no one else to really draft. So yeah, that's really it. Dynasty, you keep your whole team from year to year. Keeper, you only keep a handful of players. I hate keeper. It's so annoying. But to each his own. If you like keeper, that's totally fine. You like going for that one stud to keep for 5 years. That's awesome. I'd rather do dynasty or just redraft. And I also think because I make content, I feel like more people could relate to a redraft or dynasty. Like, hey, I'm doing a rookie draft. It's for a real money league. Like, or I'm doing a redraft. This is the type of leagues that everyone does. And some people do keeper, but if I'm doing a keeper, like it's not the same exact scenario. Like we're not starting from the same spot because they're keeping maybe Lamar Jackson while I'm keeping Christian McCaffrey. I guess we both
Oh
we
yeah.
both lose in that.
Yeah.
So that's why that's one of the reasons why I don't like keeper. I'd rather go all the way in. How about that Mandalorian show though? Pretty good, huh?
Pretty good.
Pretty
Very
good.
good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
All right,
This is the way.
this is the way. Quarterback rankings, everybody. So I got Russell Wilson number 1, Patrick Mahomes 2, Josh Allen 3, Kyler Murray 4, Aaron Rodgers 5, Justin Herbert 6, Lamar Jackson 7, Ryan Tannehill 8. I'm gonna just leave it right there. What's wrong
Okay.
with that so far? What do we?
Josh Allen at 3, way too high. I think he's gonna struggle against Pittsburgh, even though Pittsburgh did get exposed last week against the Washington football team, but suffering their first loss. But I think Kyler and Aaron Rodgers will have a better game than Josh Allen. That's just my opinion.
What about Herbert? We lost a subscriber
Ooh.
today because Herbert was ranked too low for their
I know
taste.
that's kind of low. I think Herbert should have a bounce back game against Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta is sneaky good, I guess. They beat the Raiders like 2 weeks ago, but yeah, I would actually rank Herbert above Allen, but I think I would rank Allen above Lamar Jackson. Ooh, and Tannehill should be above Josh Allen, I think, too, after last week, and he has a
No,
good
you can't
matchup.
do that
No, you don't think
because it
so?
could be a
Why?
Henry game. It could be
I don't know. He threw a lot last week, and the Jags secondary is pretty soft. So
Yeah, but their
and
first
run.
and dairy is soft too.
That's true.
Not
That's
just
true.
the
That's
second.
true.
Their whole
That's true.
defense is
The
soft.
whole
And
dairy is
everyone,
just bad.
everyone pretty much is in agreement that they're super underdogs this game. And so Derrick
Yeah, that
Henry
is
is a
true.
bounce back game. So that's why Josh Allen's ahead of Tannehill, because Josh Allen is the leader of that team. He's going to put the team on it. He puts the team on his back every game. So you just can't, just the rush attempts and pass attempts and explosive plays that Allen has. You have
He
to
did
put.
play really well last
Yeah, you
week.
can't put
He
a. There's
played
no. I'm
very
not
well.
going that far to put him behind Tannehill, but
You
um,
could make the case though, is all I'm saying. After
no,
last week.
not on ranking. No, like okay, if it
Really?
happened, like I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but this could also the Titans could completely destroy the Jags if Ryan Tannehill puts up 7 fantasy points. That
Really? You
yeah,
think they're
it's
that
happened.
bad?
I've seen
Wow.
Tannehill have 7 fantasy points, and the Titans do well. It happened, I think, in the playoffs last year. And
That's
so
true. It
that
did
see,
happen.
that's all I'm saying is that scenario is there. Now it's
Okay.
probably gonna
Which
be like 17 fantasy. Like Tannehill's probably gonna have a pretty good game, but when you look at the Bills, it's all Josh Allen every day, every play. It's all him. What are you gonna bank on their rushing? It's all Josh Allen. It's a Josh Allen
he's
centric
very
offense.
turnover prone though, so
It's only
I could
one
see
minus
him.
1 fantasy point. It's all good.
Well, I'm just saying like Minka Fitzpatrick's probably gonna be picking him off at least once, so you just gotta keep that in mind.
I ain't scared of that. Now, if he keeps turning the ball over, then what's bad about turnovers is that it kills the drive. In fantasy, is that it kills the
Yeah,
drive. Because actually, if you throw like a pick six or something, that doesn't really hurt you much. Because you get the ball back, you start a new drive. Like it's all about the time. It's
yeah, time of
yeah,
possession.
time of possession. How many plays? How many pass attempts? And Josh Allen's turnovers doesn't really affect that too much. If he has a sloppy game overall, yeah, that's bad. But
He can, but hopefully he's trending, in the right direction. Because last game he looked really sharp. That might have been one of his better games of the season. So, maybe he's maturing and he'll take care of the ball against the Steelers. But we'll see.
okay, let's attack this one at a time. Kyler Murray or Aaron Rodgers? Who do we rank higher?
I think you gotta go Rogers right
Kyler
now. I think
Kyler
a lot.
Murray's facing the Giants, just so you know, and then Rodgers is facing the Lions.
That's a really soft matchup for Aaron Rodgers. He always throws
He's
a
gonna
lot
throw
of
three
touchdowns.
touchdowns against them.
Yeah, at
Well,
least
three. It
over
could be three,
300
and then the
yards.
game could be over. But he's gonna get his three
I don't know.
touchdowns.
I think he's gonna have him and Matthew Stafford are just gonna throw bombs all over. It's gonna be
I think the
a
Lions are
long
gonna
ball.
get smashed. I don't think.
Yeah,
They're
but
gonna
they're
do
gonna
well.
throw. He's not gonna be like, all right, let's abandon the throw. They're gonna just keep throwing all game to Devontae Adams for sure. Little Tanya in action. It's gonna happen. Lazard's back, right? Healthy again.
Yeah, we have one vote for Kyler.
Out of how many?
That's it. That's all. I think we only
Okay,
got one person left watching.
okay. So he won or what? He
No, no,
the
no. We
the
get
winning
we
vote?
get to decide. We get to debate. We're
Okay.
just including them in the discussion is all.
We're including him in the
Yeah,
discussion,
you
the
can't
one
be
guy.
having a chat vote on this
That's
channel.
true. Like 2 against 1.
I think Kyler has more upside. Aaron Rodgers has higher floor. So I really
More rushing upside or just
Kyler Murray,
general?
just like Josh Allen, it's all Kyler Murray. With Green Bay, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is gonna ball out the first quarter and a half. And then after that, I think you run the ball. I think this is a sneaky game for Jamal Williams. I think Aaron Jones is a top 3 running back this week. Going against the Lions, it's gonna be gross. Like they should get like 200 yards on the ground. So we got Toast says Rodgers, Fishing says Kyler. I got Kyler ahead of Rodgers. So and then you say Rodgers.
Yeah,
We'll keep it how I have it then. But Josh
that's fair.
Allen, you're saying to push down below these two.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Herbert. Okay, let's do Herbert versus Josh Allen.
I think Herbert's gonna have a bounce back game. I think he is. I just don't see him having two bad
He's going to
games
have a
back to
bounce
back.
back. I think that's settled already. But it's
Yeah,
how,
yeah. But how
do
big
I
is the
have
bounce
him at
back?
6. Do we move him ahead of Josh Allen?
I think so. I would, but it could go either way. It could. Maybe the defensive coordinators see something in Herbert now that they can exploit, and that Zake's
Falcons.
out there now. I mean, you never know. Like Falcons are trending up ever since they fired their GM and coach.
Yeah.
So you never know.
So we got
They might
one vote.
be.
We have 2 people watching now. We got
Ooh,
1 vote for Herbert, 1 vote for Allen. I vote Allen, but it's close. Like it's really close. One has a good matchup and the other does not. That's pretty much
one
it.
has the worst matchup and one has the best on paper matchup. So yeah, it's just who you believe in. But Allen's playing a lot better
Yeah,
as of late.
Allen's
So
having an MVP
Allen's
caliber
playing, yeah.
year.
Yes, he's back in the combo for sure.
Yeah.
If he does good, he's firmly in the combo if he beats the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean,
I
he's
think.
not. Yeah, basically, like put it like this: if Mahomes and Rodgers wasn't playing, Josh Allen would probably be MVP as of right
That's true.
now.
That's true.
Yeah, so I'm just saying caliber type years, just a lot of
Is he
quarterbacks.
having a better year than Russell Wilson to you?
Today, yes, because Russell Wilson complete.
Oh,
I mean, he just lost to the Giants, and that's not
that's true.
that's
That's
not
true.
an
That's true.
MVP.
No,
With
no. He
Lockett,
started off as the MVP.
with Lockett and Metcalf healthy, you can't
Yeah, I don't know what's
you
going
can't
on.
do that. That's the thing, because
Yeah, you can't do
the
that.
Giants got good D, they got some good players, but they really didn't have enough to shut down everything. Like you got
I don't know.
Carson
I don't
back, you
know.
got Lockett, you got Metcalf, you're supposed to be the MVP, and then you just poo poo. MVP, MV poo poo. You can't do that. So you went down a big notch in my
Yeah, that
book.
was bad.
Now
That
Russell
might have lost
Wilson's like
him.
number 4 on the MVP
Yeah,
rankings,
for
and
sure.
Kyler's probably 5. I don't know, or another position,
Kyler's 5. Oh
or
man,
another
he fell
position.
so far. Is that crazy how fast like Kyler was looking like the MVP before he played the Seahawks, and then it just went
He had
downhill
like a
from there.
bad game, and then he got hurt, and then
Yeah.
it's all like
hmm
that's
That's
it.
how fast it can slip from your grasp. The MVP race.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know who we'd put up there. Like,
It's got to be Mahomes now.
no, I
Mahomes
meant
got to
like
win.
where if number 5 is where Kyler would. I think it's
Yeah.
Kyler,
I don't
and
know.
then
Yeah, I think it is
Kamara
Kyler.
fell off a little bit production wise, and then Dalvin suffered some injuries. I guess Dalvin, and then Derrick Henry had a bad game because he was starting
Yeah,
to
you can't
climb
give it to a
up.
running back.
But yeah,
He was
but it's our
inconsistent.
list. So when we get and when you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
to number 5, I think that's very fair to starting.
yeah. It's
It's still within the realm of reality. We're not talking like top 1 or 2.
This is true. This is true.
All right. So there's the chat saying Herbert, and then what do you say, Herbert?
Herbert. Yeah.
Damn, it sucks. I got Josh Allen. So we moved Josh Allen from 3 to 6.
Your rankings were
My
spotty at
God.
best.
My God. Lamar Jackson at 7, and then
Yeah,
Tannehill
that sounds right.
Tannehill at 8. What do you think?
Okay. I mean, I could go with that. Yeah, I think hopefully Lamar is having resurgence. Something clicked. He played well last week, so hopefully he's back. We don't know. We'll
And
see.
then we
Only time will
got
tell.
Brady at 9,
Old man Brady. I
Deshaun
don't know. It's
Watson
breaking down.
10, and then Taysom Hill 11. We're moving on to running backs, but I just want to mention those in case I left anyone out of the top 8.
Is Taysom Hill for real to you?
I mean, for real, when it comes to putting up, 16 fantasy points.
Well, I mean, do you think you can win like with Taysom Hill like in the playoffs? fantasy playoffs, like a streamer. Like I won with Colin Kaepernick that one year,
Yeah,
so
which is like
you could
Taysom.
probably win with
It's very
Taysom Hill.
similar.
Yeah,
The
it's
way you
extremely
won
similar.
too was like it looked like a Taysom Hill play too. When you were
Yeah.
texting me with anger, why'd you tell me to start Kaepernick? He just all of a
I've never been
sudden
so mad.
he all of a sudden turned into Taysom Hill and scored like a rushing
That
touchdown.
was tight. I can't. It was against the Rams too in the last. In the
Yeah,
like
it's
last game of
looking
the regular
bad. He
season.
had like 3 fantasy points and
I was so upset. I was ready to just cry, and then
yeah.
came through,
Well,
baby.
one reason we're doing this right now on the podcast is because this week, like for me, rankings are a complete mess. Like I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is so weird. I've never felt this crazy. Like
Like you
at
just
week
don't know where to rank
14,
people.
yeah, there's some players that I'm pretty confident in, and the others is like,
Whoa, wait. How is Baker 30 after last week? That can't be right. That has to be.
I really don't care when it goes that low.
Yeah, but Baker just tore up I know that was probably an anomaly, but you got to put him above Andy Dalton.
I mean,
There's no
that
way.
logic makes no sense because that way we would put Herbert at
Well, no, he's
29.
really good. I mean, he played really well.
Okay,
Like
he lit it up for 2 games at the whole year, and then the rest they never threw the ball. This is just
I'm just saying,
stats.
how is Andy
I'm
Dalton
just
that much higher? That alone is like what?
it's going against the Bengals. And they throw.
I
They have
know,
to
but still,
throw. They have to throw the ball.
he sucks.
I got you, but they throw. They have to throw it. Baker's. They're gonna try to. Sometimes they just run the ball. When you throw 11 times and you're not a rushing quarterback, your upside is shot to me. He's not gonna light up the
Jalen
Ravens.
Hurts is that much higher? He's going against the Saints. There's no way he's gonna do that good.
Why would you start Baker Mayfield this week? Like, what's the
No,
argument
I'm
to
just
start
saying.
him?
I feel like he's ranked way low. Like he should be higher based on his last week's performance
Well,
and trajectory.
based on last week's performance, Herbert should be ranked 31 then.
Well, I
And his
mean,
trajectory, it's all downhill from that they figured him out. He's done. Justin
he had a
Jefferson's
good
winning
matchup
rookie
though
of the
until he
year.
became mine. If he wasn't playing the worst secondary, then yeah.
Well, there you go. Herbert's playing. Herbert has a great matchup. He's gonna bounce back, and the Browns are gonna lose and run the ball every play.
That's true.
There
They
you go.
could.
They're just gonna, dude. It's not the same team. I actually predicted that last week. I'm like, look, the Titans are gonna sell out to stop the run, and Baker's gonna throw the ball. It's recorded on video, along with a bunch of other takes that may not have worked out, but that one it happened. Like I was like, dude, they're gonna sell out and stop the run, and they did, and everybody was running free. So I don't think that's gonna happen this week. Like it's not just like with Mahomes against the Bucks. They played him like a complete buffoon, and he lit it up.
Yeah, they did.
And then the next week against the Broncos, he barely did anything. Like it's still Mahomes, like he's still dope, but I mean, this is a team that doesn't want to throw the ball. That's Baker. So I really look, you got a good point. You can rank them at 21, right where Tua is, Dalton, that's fine. But to me, what's the difference, 30 or 21? Like, who cares? Like, who cares, right? 22. I definitely would put Tua ahead of him because Tua is going to probably throw the ball against the Chiefs. But yeah, Baker could be 22. It's a very good argument. But to me, it's like, like the difference between 22 and 30, it doesn't really matter.
That's true.
To me.
Okay.
That's all. That's why I do my rankings. I'm like, look, they're probably gonna try to run the ball. Don't start Baker. So I do it like that. The other week, like I didn't like Younghoe Koo that much. I was wrong, but I ranked him high just so nobody would drop him. I'm like, don't drop Younghoe Koo.
Yeah.
So
Well, he's the the kicker MVP.
oh
this
yeah, for
season.
sure. Because I dropped Jason Sanders, the number 2 kicker, so I don't like him this week nor next week. And we got to move on. Okay, running backs. Okay.
All right.
So I got Derrick Henry in a tier of his own. And then at number 2, we got Dalvin. 3 Aaron Jones, 4 James Robinson, 5 Eckler, 6 Kamara, 7 Chris Carson. Now I'm gonna stop there, and then maybe got a couple other questions. So anything to change? Again, number 1 Henry, number 2 Dalvin, number 3 Aaron Jones, number 4 J Rob, number 5 Eckler, 6 Kamara, 7 Carson.
Maybe move David Montgomery into the 7th spot potentially. That's about it. But I don't disagree with everything.
Oh, so you like the top 7 in itself?
Yeah. Right, correct.
But you want David Montgomery?
I think it's possible David Montgomery has a better game than Chris Carson.
Sure, but man, you don't like this game script right here? Seattle versus Jets. I mean, don't you think they'll have a huge lead?
Well, I thought that would happen with the Raiders and Devontae Booker, but that didn't happen. So I don't know.
The Raiders suck, though.
Well, I mean, they are going to make the playoffs.
Look at this. Okay, peep this. Denzel Mims is out. Crowder has an injury. This team's tanking hard. They don't even say anymore why the guy's out. They just be like, he's not playing this week. They just do that now. They just, he's not going to play.
Yeah.
You just never know. Like, Flacco's going to start. Barrios is going to start. They don't care anymore. Greg Williams is not going to play this week. They don't even care. They're just like, what? He's fired. He's not hired. They're just like, we're tanking. They're saying we're tanking without saying it. And Chris Carson's just on a better team with a better situation. I don't know. David Montgomery's matchup is beautiful. That's hard to deny.
Yeah, he has the best matchup.
The Texans, and he's looking great. Like, I love him.
He's been doing really well lately, and he has a nose for the red end zone lately.
I got Zeke at 8.
Ugh, I don't trust Zeke at all.
So we're moving Zeke. We're really ranking Montgomery ahead of Zeke.
I would.
So we're swapping these two. Okay, my rankings are starting to suck a lot less, guys. You hear that? You see what's going on here?
Yeah.
A lot less suckage going on here.
A lot less sucking going on. Damn, you have Clyde at 20? That might even be too high.
I moved him up a couple spots.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had him at 22. I got a good feeling about this.
I hope.
But 20 is not too high. Like, that's not crazy high.
No,
that's what I meant. That's what I meant. It's not crazy.
Probably in the right tier, in the right.
Yeah, I had him at 22. I don't know how exactly that happened.
I can see it.
And then I moved him up to. I'm like, dude, I like this. Look, he's rested. He probably threw up and pooped last week with the stomach virus. He's good to go.
He's in Miami though. That's not good for your stomach.
I think it's good. I think 20 is good.
I think it's good. We can move on. I think running backs, it's pretty much, it's pretty much relative to what you think.
2 to 7 is just anywhere from Dalvin Cook to Chris Carson is just whatever, Yeah. And apparently Montgomery too, because he has such a good matchup.
So Frank Gore is starting now over Ty Johnson after last week. That's messed up.
No, Frank Gore got a concussion.
Yeah, but now I heard he's playing now.
Yeah, he's expected to play.
Oh, but you don't think he's going to start?
Well, I didn't update, this happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did this right before. I don't know how far you're looking. I'm trying to focus on 1 through 7 for the podcast. You're trying to show the world that I actually suck. That's what you're going down to my 30th ranked quarterback and showing the world like all my where I fall short. We're trying to do a pod. This is a show. You're like, boy, you got Baker Mayfield at 30. You actually do suck. Now I know what people are talking about. My God, I don't know what you scrolled all the way down to Ty. You found Ty Johnson in here. I don't even know where I got the. You went down to 29.
I'm reaching now.
Yeah, you reached. I update this 3 times a week, 4 times.
I don't even know why I brought that up.
Yeah, we're just having debate right now.
Yeah, we're doing the PTI, the poor man's PTI fantasy.
Oh, very
edition.
poor man.
Imagine if they did it like this. Like it was like Kornheiser in his attic or
They
something.
do. It's just they just have very expensive cameras. It's
That's
basically, and they
yeah,
yell more.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like sponsored by Zoom. It's like
Okay.
we're brought to you by Google Meets.
With the wide receivers, just like Derrick Henry, I got Devontae Adams in a tier of his own.
Ooh, why is that? I'm just curious because this matchup so good. He's
Well,
gonna
he's
go
got the
off.
high floor and the high ceiling, and
Uh
I
huh.
mean, he's just the best. Like
That's true.
he's last year's Mike Thomas for sure.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Yeah, it's just he's in a
That's a good
tier of his
analogy.
own. No one's even close to him.
Yeah,
Tyreek
that's
Hill I
true.
got at 2, but I think he's limited practice today. Something's up with him where it's not doesn't
I
seem.
think they're just
Yeah,
resting
yeah, it
him.
doesn't seem
To be honest.
serious, but I'm just saying like that's how it's just a big gap. Is all
Can
I'm
we
saying.
talk about that phantom drop he did last week?
That
It's
was
like he
weird.
caught it and then he just
Yeah.
said he didn't catch it, but then he did
Yeah,
catch
that
it.
was weird cuz
That was
he
weird.
went to catch it
Mhm.
and then let me see, can I bring this up? And then he messed up so bad that he was like, "Oh, I messed up." And then he was still looking for the ball. He must have thought it hit the ground or so. But, forget what Tyreek was thinking. Cuz usually the player is always vouching for it. Like no one else saw that.
Yeah,
It
how
was
did no
such a
one
miracle that
was watching the whole time? Like that was weird to me. I think you know what that says? Like his body language was so bad that I think people just like read that as like, there's no way he could
it
have
was
caught it. Because
miraculous. He was pissed at himself.
yeah, like that's
Is this
how,
I got it. I got it.
sometimes
Here we
body
go.
language is at all.
That's cool that I found it. It's a great
Nice.
shot too. Slow mo. Just search
Good.
Tyreek Hill on Twitter. Here it is, guys. So he goes
Oh, you
up.
love
He kind of one hands it. And ball gets slapped, or his hands get slapped, and the ball flies up in the air. And then it's hanging in the air. Then he turns around, and it hits him on the helmet, then the shoulder, and then he puts his hand up to kind of secure it. It basically lands like he almost didn't do anything to catch the ball. It landed like in that
Oh,
place
that's
on your
good.
arm. Like it perfectly landed right there. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where he didn't even really try to catch the ball coming down. It just landed right there. That's crazy.
Never touched the ground though. That's what's
Yeah, it
wild.
didn't even come close to touching the
But
ground.
usually, even if they don't catch it, they pretend like they did. He didn't even pretend. Like, you know what I mean? That was what was weird to me. Like, even when people like they know that it hit the ground, they still pretend just to like just in
Yeah, it's
case.
like a baseball player like showing the ball
Yeah,
like I caught it. Like
yeah, yeah. He didn't even pretend. Like, it's like,
he
bro,
was
you gotta
he
at
just
least
didn't expect
try.
that. But still, it's like
Still,
you
even if
know
you
where the
don't,
ball is, be like, yeah, and
yeah,
then put both hands up
yeah,
and say it's a
yeah.
touchdown. Like it should be.
People would have called it a
You know what? You
touchdown.
need to practice that. It should be
Yeah,
practice. Just like other habits in sports, there's a lot of habits that you should just practice that.
right.
If you have the ball in your lap or in your chest,
Yeah,
you got it in both hands. You
yeah.
just do that and then
Pretend.
yeah, say it's a touchdown. Like it should be a habit. Like there's no downside to doing that.
There's no downside. That's my
To
point.
look
Yeah, there's
like
no
yeah, to look like, oh, I got a touchdown. I got a touchdown.
yeah,
Then the refs got to look at that and be like, wait, did
right.
he? Or
Did
the
he? Yeah,
players
it
got
would have
to.
been a whole different story. Like I feel like if he just pretended he caught it, even if he didn't, they would have been like, "Oh,
And
okay,
they would have
yeah,
at least challenged it. That his team would have challenged it.
exactly."
Yeah, this is.
Andy Reid looked at him like, "What are you like? You didn't even like." He was pissed when he came back to the sidelines. He's trying to
Yeah, I guess
explain
the
himself.
coaches are heck of far away. Like they don't have a great angle because he's all covered up. They're all
Yeah,
far away. You know what I mean? Dang. Yeah, this would have changed a lot of fantasy
a
implications
lot of
here because
yeah.
Mahomes had
That would have
for him a bad game.
yeah. I barely won. I
One
won by like
touchdown.
5 points. If he did worse, it would have been bad.
My God. All right, back to the. What are we doing? De-
Your ranking receivers.
Devontae Adams at 1, Tyreek Hill at 2, Metcalf at 3, Keenan Allen at 4, Allen Robinson at 5, Hopkins at 6, Diggs at 7, Lockett at 8, and then Calvin Ridley at 9. That's kind of where I want to stop with this. So
I think it's good. I mean, I can't really argue this.
this
But
is just this is frankly impossible to rank in my opinion.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Wide receivers, too much variance.
Yeah, it's easier to rank quarterbacks, but now the game has changed so much to where there's so much going on. A lot of teams with the motion, with the jet sweep, honestly don't know the name of that play. That's like it's like a wildcat where they run and then it's technically
Spider
a
2Y
pass.
banana.
No, that's not.
Okay,
You know,
okay, okay.
I think the Chiefs kind of came up with that where
Oh,
they
yeah,
throw
yeah.
like
It's
a
like a
1 inch pass to Kelsey
yeah,
or Ty. It's like a jet
yeah,
sweep, but it's in front of the
yeah.
quarterback.
Because if for some reason it hits the ground, then it just counts as an
It is
incomplete, not
all
a
on
fumble.
top of that. It is
Yeah,
incomplete, yeah, because it's a forward
yeah,
pass.
right. So that's like how they. It's kind of like a hack in a way.
Yeah, yeah, it is, and you love that in fantasy because when Josh Allen does it, I go, yeah, I just won $250,000 because that was a pass, and then you realize that you got a tie with 200 people and you only win $2,000. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, but I think Josh Allen ran that play. I think it was with Isaiah McKenzie the first touch, and so he ran that
Mahomes
play.
runs his perfection. He's the best at
I
it.
think I
Mahomes,
think I seen it first with
Josh
Andy
Allen.
Reid,
Oh, oh
either
yeah,
with
yeah.
Alex Smith to Kelsey or it was Mahomes to Kelsey. That's the first time I think I
It's
seen that
Mahomes.
play. Yeah, and now everyone's doing it, and it seems to work every time too, because you can also fake it. That's the
Mm-hmm.
thing that's tough about it. You got a guy who's super fast. Um, who knows the name of that play? If someone can tell us. So Sergio says
But I think
so.
it's a read option play too. Like he can option out of that, or no? Like he
That's
could keep it instead
probably
of pass.
built in. Yeah, I mean, if no one's follow, if he sees that no one's follow, if there's a read pre-snap, no one's following the wide receiver zoom in, then you give
Mm-hmm.
it to him for sure. But if you see that other side is loaded, yeah, you can not give it to him, or it could be pre-planned. I don't. I think there's all three. You can have an option. You can give it to him, or you can not give it to him. You can fake it to him. So yeah, that's why that play is so successful. But yeah, with all and not just that play, but there's a lot of more motion this year. There's a lot more of those plays, jet sweep, and a lot more wide receivers and tight ends and running backs catching the ball. It's just that the game has changed so much. And we just saw with Josh Allen, I think he threw 4 touchdowns to 4 different players or something. I know he hit Knox, he hit McKenzie, he hit Beasley, maybe even Gabe Davis. So it's just completely changed now. It's not like it used to be. So ranking wide receivers is so tough. But I try. Tight ends. This one I don't even want to touch. Travis Kelce at 1, Darren Waller at 3, Hawkinson. Number 1 Kelce, number 2 Waller, 3 Hawk, 4 Andrews, and 5 Hunter Henry. Then 6 Evan Ingram. And then I got a tie kind of here with Logan Thomas at 7, Noah Fant at 8. And then right after that, I got Gesicki, then Gronk. So I don't know.
Crapshoot.
What do you think, though? I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like Waller at 2. Waller was a beast last week. That showed his potential.
I think that's the only thing that's undebatable is Kelsey 1, Waller 2. Every
Yeah,
week,
I think
every
that
week.
right. I think that's safe to say. There's no competition.
What about
Mark Andrews should have been in that conversation, but he's been up and down this season.
Yeah, he's too rich. Like you think 4 is okay for him?
Yeah, that might even be too high, but yeah, I mean, just potential, he should be in the top 5.
Yeah, I think he has more upside than Henry, but more risk. I guess that's one way
Way
to
more
put it.
risk.
Yeah.
I think he's hurt or something. Like he's playing
Well,
like
he's
hurt.
coming off the special reserve list. He could be
Something's wrong with him.
good. Could be good. Nah, he's good.
Oh, you think he's like rested?
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
good.
Oh, bro. So Weenie had a must-win. I gotta bring this up here. Throne League. Wait, should we
Throne
finish
league.
this? All right. Defenses. I'll just say really quick.
Yeah, just don't take him
Seattle's
off.
number one, Saints number two, and after that is PP Poo Poo, and then kicker. It's a total crapshoot after that, and then kickers Yunwei Koo,
Young
and then
way, my
essentially
young Hoku.
crapshoot after that. I got Tucker and Butker up there.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a kicker, go get Blankenship. Go
Ooh,
get
Beagle.
Gutskowski.
Love it.
Mason Crosby's another one that I love, but I'm just afraid that they might kick all extra points this game, and that sucks. No, Will
That does.
Lutz. There we go. So the Throne League, I don't have to tell them anymore. These guys are great. It's the best community, but it's a must-win situation for us this past week, and I went ahead and for them, and I got Lamar Jackson. I got Trace McSorley. I got Andy Dalton. We only need to start one quarterback. And I'm like, look, I'm ready in case anything happens, in case Lamar's not going to play. You never know what's going to happen. And as we're like discussing this and stuff, it's crazy how Des Bryant gets pulled from warm-ups. Like, it just really goes to show that anything can happen. And so that's why I had all those quarterbacks, and I'm like, look, I know, we're going to start Lamar Jackson, but let's do our due diligence and research. Like, what's up? Was he asymptomatic? Was he really sick? And then Adam Schefter put out this scary tweet, but it was really general, but he mentioned Lamar Jackson. So essentially he said that it's interesting to see how Lamar Jackson will be his first game back. A lot of players coming off that tested positive came back underweight and weren't able to finish the entire game. Let's see what happens to Lamar. And we're like, what the heck? Everyone's freaking out, and he lost. I'm like, all right, I dissected. I'm like, that's a super general tweet, and he just put Lamar Jackson's name in there. And Lamar Jackson looked better. If he lost weight, he's faster now. So he looks
Yeah, great.
he looked sharp, and I love that. And so we squeaked in playoffs. Like, so pumped that we got in the Throne playoffs. We started 5-0, and then we went 0-5 because we lost Dak. Every game with Dak we won. Every game without Dak we dang near lost. So we made it. For those that don't know what the Throne League is, it's a community league. We vote as a community. All the Caltran votes on every single pick. We make all the decisions together. It's super fun, super competitive, and we go up against other communities. So to see who has the best fantasy football community. And man, it's been rough. Losing Dak was rough because we had a lot of Cowboys. We had Zeke. So
Now you know how Cowboys fans feel.
yeah,
in real life.
we're calling us. How about them Couch Boys? That was our name. And so
That's a good
we
name.
knew where it was going. Yeah, but man, Zeke right now is questionable. I think he's gonna play, but I really don't care because we got Tony Pollard. So we've stashing him just for this moment, just in case Zeke doesn't play. I'm cool starting Tony Pollard. I feel like he can get us more points because there's not too many people to vulture from him. He can catch, he
Tony
can run.
Pollard, they should just let him loose one game and just see what they got. Like, just keep Zeke on the sideline.
But they gotta let us know though.
with
They
Tony
can't
Pollard.
just do that without letting me know. Otherwise, we're
You know
gonna
what I mean? Like,
lose.
you should let everyone know.
Yeah, I'm
Pollard
with
is
it.
getting touches today, and let's see what they got. Because I feel like it can only help, right? You can only increase his value, like trade value.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and you know what you have moving forward. Like, in case you want to trade Zeke, if for some reason you get crazy.
Like
I'm
any
not saying
team
that-
would pull the trigger on that.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, they need to see what they got. Kick the tires a little bit on Pollard.
The Jets do it all the time. They do it every week.
Do it every week. Let's see.
They're like, let's see what we got in Barrios. Let's see what we got in Vincent. Let's see what we got in Jeff. They don't even
What do
care.
we got in Barrios?
What do we got in Joe Flacco?
What's Gore doing again?
Let's see what do we
Again?
got. Let's trade for Kalen Balaj. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah.
And then let's cut him.
Let's go.
These dudes try to trade for Kalen Balaj. What the heck?
What's going on out there?
That's so weird.
Gary V's got to save this franchise. He's the only person that cares enough to save the
That's
Jets.
what's weird is Gary V can do a better job.
But he's a sports agent. That's what's funny. Like
Oh
he
yeah, they
actually
got
has a legit.
Vayner Sports,
Yeah,
huh?
like he actually is kind of like the trajectory is that to be involved in the Jets front office, which is funny.
Ah, that's his stepping stone. Like that's his. That's how
Yeah,
he
exactly.
like mini goals. Like he's like, let's set
That's
up.
a Trojan horse to get in. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dang. He would
Yeah.
make it
He's
so much better
5
because
steps ahead.
it's so like the bar is so low. Like
And their IG account would be fire, just like every day, like hella motivational for once.
Jets, Jets
That's like,
Instagram account, #1 Instagram account,
yeah,
and at NY Jets.
yeah, yeah.
It'll
The
be so.
hottest team on
He
social
was gonna teach
media.
him how to TikTok finally.
Hey, at least they're doing something good.
Yeah,
You
social
know,
media,
Trevor, start learning TikTok, Trevor.
social
You get
media
in here.
undefeated, but they'll still
Yeah,
suck on the field.
right,
They got to
exactly.
start someplace. They got to start
A
building.
win's a win. Yeah, they got to win on some platform.
So we in the Throne League we benched Damian Harris, which was great.
That's great
That
move.
was a great move. This is going to be a tough matchup. We were 5 seed going against the 4 seed.
Who did you start over him? Just curious.
Well, we haven't fully decided, but right as of now, it's looking like Jamal Williams.
Okay, cool.
They don't have a great team. We went through a lot. We drafted Todd Gurley.
That wasn't the name I thought you were gonna pull out,
We
but
we that's why it was a decision. That's why it was a good decision. Yeah, because if you got a good run, like it's not like I'm gonna start him over, a great running back. Like, oh, James Robinson, or Miles Gaskin. Like,
I thought you were gonna say like Raheem Mostert or
no,
something. Like so,
no.
got
I'm
it, got it.
scared of
Okay.
Mostert this week.
I
But
know everyone's scared. I would be too.
well, he said his ankle's not 100%.
That's what they want us to think.
Yeah. Do you sometimes feel like Shanahan is purposely screwing?
Yes, obviously.
But I don't feel like Belichick purposely does it. I just feel
I
like
think he does
that's.
as well. I think they both
I
do
think
it
he
to
just.
control them.
But I think we know what's up with Belichick. I feel like Shanahan is really shocking. It's really like.
Well, I just think people don't give him credit for like what he's really doing, which is keeping other teams defensive coordinators off, if they don't
Yeah,
know
but
what
it
to
sometimes doesn't work. You see that, right?
well, not
Sometimes it's
this
a
year
bad
with all the
decision.
injuries, but when we were healthy, it was working.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, last game maybe Mostert wasn't 100%, so he didn't play that much. But just the game before, it seemed like Mostert was the workhorse, right?
They should just keep. Yeah, I get what you're saying. They should just keep giving him the ball. Like, why are you going away from
That's
Mostert?
the thing. I think he said his ankle might not be 100% or never will be the season. It's like I don't
Well,
know.
then he shouldn't even be playing. Then don't even play then, because
Yeah, I
like
don't
we're not
think
playing.
we're not going to the playoffs. We'll win a Super Bowl. That's for sure.
That is for sure. We can't go back to back. It's not happening in the modern era.
Yeah.
No one's going back to back Super Bowl except the Chiefs.
Back to back. No. If you win, you can go back. If you lose,
Even that rarely happens.
yeah, but
Though.
it's just
Like,
rare to make a Super Bowl. It's just hard to make a Super Bowl. But I think if you lose, you're definitely not going back.
but if they win again, that's like a dynasty almost, like in the modern era.
Yeah, because you got Mahomes could be the best quarterback ever play. Like
I think he
Andy
will be.
Reid, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey. I mean, it's a pretty deadly
Kelsey could be the
combo.
best tight end ever of all time,
Yeah,
for
well, at least
sure.
pass catching, yeah.
I just think overall he could be the best ever. He's better than Gronk, I think. If he wins
Well,
another one,
Gronk's
for sure.
injuries doesn't you can't even put him close.
Yeah.
Gronk's
Well, no, you good. You can make a case Gronk's the
His
greatest
injury,
talent.
if you have to disregard his injuries, because his injuries put him just completely derailed his career.
But the longevity and the championships, you have to put him, pretty high up. Top 3 for sure.
Well, like
Maybe
Tony
Tony Gonzalez.
Gonzalez is great. Like, I'm not gonna take away his championships. If he played with Mahomes, it would he'd probably be good too. He might win a championship. Like he just because championships is
Gronk
not a tight
not
end
great,
stat. That's for sure.
but his stats are great. Like if you look at his
Yeah,
stats.
Kelsey's great. I don't think he's the best blocker though. He's a good blocker. I don't know if I'd say he's the best tight end. I guess top five,
Not yet.
top five
When
for
he,
sure
I
of all
think when his
time.
career is, the numbers will speak for
I
themselves.
like Kittle better than Kelsey.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, but his quarterback's way worse.
yeah, I mean, I like
That makes a difference.
as a blocker. What's crazy about Kittle is that he's so fast that he can make like those rookie Madden blocks. He can
Mm,
sprint all the way to one side of the field, turn around, and then just seal that edge. And it
mm.
looks like a video game. Everything we compare video like, oh, video game numbers, video game this and that. But we're actually seeing for the first time video game blocking, which I
Mm.
know sounds stupid and not exciting, but that's how good Kittle is. He's so fast and so strong and such a good blocker that he can make a lot of blocks that no other player can. It's pretty special. It's pretty remarkable. And then just the normal block, straight on block this guy, and he pancakes him. Like that's a pretty big skill. It affects the run game. It affects what plays you call. And the perfect tight end for Shanahan because when he likes to run the ball, does all these crazy plays with Debo and Mostert and fake one way, go the other way. And man, Kittle's the perfect Shanahan tight end. Yeah, just his receiving just won't be anywhere near Kelsey's. He sometimes doesn't get the targets and doesn't have the quarterback that he has. But I'm a bigger fan of Kittle than Kelsey off the top. He needs to stay more healthy though.
Yeah, that's his Achilles heel. No pun intended.
Yeah, it's a
Is
bit. And Kelsey's
injury.
been extremely healthy his career,
Yeah,
just like
yeah. That's
Tony
sensible.
Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez is extremely healthy,
Right,
and that's why
right.
he's one of the best. Okay,
That's
we'll
true.
end on this question by Austin: Gaskin or Mike Davis in flex, assuming no CMC. Oh yeah, CMC's out.
I'm gonna go Gaskin.
Gaskin. I'm gonna go Gaskin as well. I think I got Mike Davis. I got Gaskin at 10, Mike Davis at 11 on my rankings, so it's pretty much tied. But how can you bench Gaskin? Right, he's in my top 10.
Yeah, I
It's so
can't.
hard to
I
bench
can't.
Gaskin. The one
Yeah.
reason I like Mike Davis so much is because Curtis Samuel might be out.
Oh yeah.
This guy says Brandon Ayuk or
Ayuk.
Jamison Crowder.
Ayuk for sure. Crowder might not even play,
Yeah,
so
just go Ayuk.
Ayuk's way
Don't
better.
trust any Jets players.
And I mean, Ayuk balled out last week. That was one of his
Yeah.
best games ever.
Now, when I say don't trust Jets players, look, there's going to be one or two Jets players that could go off. You'll never know who it is. You'll never know how they're tanking. They're like, you think you know how we're tanking, but you don't. They'll tank one way, then they'll tank the other. Greg Williams fired. How does that? I thought he was just doing his job. How do you get fired for doing your job? Isn't his job supposed to tank?
He did great at it.
He was
He might have been-
amazing. It was like the best play call I ever seen for tanking.
Well, it's like when the 76ers were, tanking on purpose and they had to fire the guy, the GM, Sam Hinkie, because he was like the architect of the process, like tank
Then they
process.
still
So
sucked, right?
well, they had to get rid of him, even though what he did was right. Like he tanked correctly and they got top picks. They just, they missed, I guess, because they haven't won anything with Simmons and Embiid, but at least they got what they set out to get, which was top draft picks in like
Yeah,
three
you know
consecutive.
you're not gonna win. Like you might as well do that. But Yeah, we'll see what's up with the Jets. I don't know. They might ruin Trevor Lawrence's career. God, that's so scary. We'll see. I mean, I'm after 2020. I expect anything. Anything could be possible. We don't know if they'll draft him. We don't know if he can go another year. I think in college, or he'll. You know, people already started to make videos about will he pull an Eli Manning, or God, I forgot the other quarterback that did that. Who was the quarterback who did it the first time, Mike? He said, "If you draft me, I'm not gonna play for you." Was it? It wasn't Rivers, was it?
That was Eli
No,
Manning.
I said Eli Manning. That was the guy before that.
Um,
Yeah, there's a quarterback before that. He was like, "If you draft me, I'm not gonna play for you." And man, I can't remember, but Eli Manning definitely did it most recently.
yeah.
I don't remember who was before that. Yeah, but it's been done. He could do that. Joe Burrow didn't, and he broke his leg. So we'll see what happens. Last words, Mike. Give him something.
Good luck, everyone, this week. It's come down to the wire, but I believe in you guys, and I think that Couch Fam is full of champions. They just haven't reached their potential. But this is the week.
I think this week we all need a little bit of luck. It's crazy.
Yeah,
So good luck,
yeah.
everyone. Let's go get that W. Peace.